Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you had a good day in the market. It's January 21st, Wednesday. We're going to review 0-day options I took today on SPY. Crazy moves today. What a day. If you watched yesterday's video, I had a max red day. It was actually double max red day, which shouldn't be allowed to happen, but I'm not looking at my P&L or anything when I'm in a position or even really during trading for the most part. So I was just averaging into this position and it went against me, and there it was way past max red. And it's because I wanted to start scaling up. Just I think my confidence is there to scale up a little bit. And so that's gonna happen. But today review. Today is quite a bit different. So still kind of digesting the Greenland news from the weekend. Today we had a little gap up, a little recovery. Here's Eric's 30-minute chart. He's SPY day trading on YouTube. You can check out his Discord in the description. So a little gap up here. Still actually kind of within this wedge. Remember, bottom Bollinger got hit yesterday. I meant to actually buy some shares of SPY, or I don't know, one of the BTII, or one of those start scaling a little bit on the bottom Bollinger. Anyways, I didn't, which is fine. There'll be plenty of time. Gapped up today, and so yeah, still kind of in this larger wedge area. So the gap up, we were in that green buying that he charted, and basically just rallied right up the top of that in the morning. Excuse me. Let me show you these trades here. So small account. Okay, first trade was 955. 955 was in a put. So I had purple here. That was the first one I kind of identified for potential for bullish controlled selling. The range this morning, there was some range. It was just kind of a chop. And then I put white in here for support here, resistance here, flipping to resistance as potential for buying continuation channel. Gold I think I put in a little later, and the red one there also. So didn't catch this little move. It broke, kind of retested, just too tight of a range really for me. Completed the cup, kind of kept going up in this red. I tried a little liquidity being built here, and not enough pullback for me to want to jump in. But I did, let's see, I tried to catch a zombie or retracement trade up here. That's what this first trade is. So right here, 955. So I saw it starting to build liquidity with purple, and that'd be my stop. The fact that it broke my red here. So I got in here when it was resistance, and then by the time that candle ended, it was broken above it and closed. So I closed on that same candle, I think. Actually 55 to 56. So closed on this candle. 109. Wait, let's see. 112 to 109. Small L. And the next one was at 1006. I got to put. So kind of the same deal. This time I broke this one, and then I maybe had white by that point. I'm not sure, but you can see it was clearly building liquidity here on purple, and that was gonna be my stop. It says I got it on 1006. Yeah, I guess I got on that retest. It came down. I maybe even took this one. Yeah, I can't remember. Yeah, so small gain here. Didn't catch that red candle. I was looking for a move back to maybe this high for support, or this white channel. So since I didn't catch those, I decided just to wait until it broke this gold, which was actually a little different than this one. This was drawn in right here on the spot. So since that was the case, I didn't catch a nice exit slippage, but it's still a green trade, 72 cents to 79. I got out on this candle right here. So that retracement could have been bigger, pretty small. And that's why this move up was relatively mellow. Yeah, next one after that. So broke here. Pretty tight range though. Like I said, that didn't make too deep of a head there. I don't know if I caught that one or not, if I traded it. Next one was a call at 10:19, 10:20. Oh yeah, this one. That's right. So right here, didn't catch this. I said I'm gonna get it on the retest. Retested here at 10:19, broke through at 10:20, and I closed it. I didn't want to repeat of yesterday where if you remember yesterday's video, I said specifically if it breaks back through, I'll close it if it holds below. In this case, it would have worked well, so which is fine. I don't want to mess with the recency effect. I'm fine that I stopped there. These did end up wicking, so that could have been a little sign, but oh wait, yeah, because I thought I had a position here. I thought I got back in. That was actually 2 opens. Okay, yeah. So 10:19, I got one, and then it was like up here. It was pretty early on that candle, and then 10:20, I got another one. So 75 cents for the first one, 69 cents for the second one. That's right. I remember that one now. I thought I just got back into it because I knew I had a position here. Yeah, because it was bouncing on this. This is the retest on the break. So this was a little unnerving to hold through. I didn't really look at it. I mean, I was looking at it, but I was just like, because these candles kept coming down and then they'd wick. I'm like, oh. And so I only got 2. Didn't have the cojones to get another one. It was kind of choppy at that point, but it was still the breakout retest. All that still applied. So got a second one there, and then was able to hold the first one. I closed it at 28 right here. So this is my first close because of purple. Oh, that's right. This was that one. Okay. So I actually had company that like stopped by unexpectedly somewhere in here. I like just opened this trade and they stopped by and they were just waiting in my house, and I'm like, hold on. So I was very kind of rushed for this, and I potentially would have gotten more, but I just couldn't manage it. And yeah, I hate when people are waiting on me. Like, I'd never like to be waited on. So I'm trying to figure out how to, like, should I just close it? But I'm like, I think this is still a good trade. I didn't want to do break even stop because these wicks. I'm like, I sure would have been stopped out. But I was pretty quick to get out of this one when I didn't even know it was green. I was just like, all right, it's purple. I'll just stop one, and then I'll do break even on the other one, which will probably get stopped. But anyways, took one there at 10:28, which was actually a good trade. First buy was 75 cents, second one was 69, and then the first sell was 83. So still a nice little green trade. And then I put a break even stop in the other one. I'm like, all right, that's fine. It'll stop me out probably. Ended up breaking. Excuse me. Now, if I was at the computer, I maybe would have held through this if I was able to just stare at it. Maybe would have charted this red one. Maybe I would have closed on high a day. I don't know. Hard for me to say really. I only had 2, but I'm blessed how the way it worked out because I closed that one, put a stop, and then kind of was just hanging out talking to the guests and looked back and it was up here. I'm like, oh, please don't have stopped out, please. This was yesterday's high or low? Yeah, high. So this was definitely a target for me. And then I'm kind of watching it, and then I see this candle. I'm like, all right, I gotta go. So I booked it back to the computer and sold the other one right here at 45, I think. Yeah, 46. So next candle on this candle right here. So this was actually pretty large move. 682.54, 84. Oh, 2 points, just over 2 points, right? Yeah, just over 2 points on that one. So, yeah, I was stoked, and it's one of those trades where, yeah, it's hard to know if I would have traded it better or worse. If I was here, I might have probably exited a little sooner. I could see myself exiting on this candle, probably on one of these candles, which would have been a fine exit, pretty high, but I probably wouldn't have waited for that one. So ended up being a blessing. Just gotta take care of others. So at that point I was back up, took care of yesterday's red day. I was up just over 100, so I was pumped. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna chill. That was a nice trade, and you know, I gotta be, yeah, just chill. So hung out, walked around, did other stuff, and tried not to mess with the computer. Yeah, because that exit was 168, so 75 cents and then 69 cents into 168, so over 100% on that one. And then I was like, well, I see stuff happening. I was sitting at the computer for a little bit and I saw this setting up. I'm like, I could take a retracement trade here just because we're starting to build liquidity on purple. It would have taken some patience for sure. Especially after it broke my white right here. I was like, ooh. And then it did this. I'm like, oh, okay, get calls. And then it rejected. I'm like, ooh, okay. So I really considered this. These are, yeah. This would have been easy because clear defined stop. This potentially would have stopped me out. I don't know. But this ended up being a sick trade, which I didn't catch, which I was fine with because of this trade. Selling accelerated, and I probably would have closed it, I'd say by VWAP most likely, if I did get in anywhere up here. Sometimes on those retracements though, I'm pretty jumpy to get out just because you don't know how far it's going to retrace. Final stop on that. I didn't quite have gold yet, so it came down here. Aggressive selling. I charted this aggressive gold. I charted this white, kind of less aggressive selling. I was looking for this. I knew there was some sort of bearish controlled buying somewhere, and I was trying to find it before any of this happened. And I looked back here, and I found it here. So resistance, little resistance, support, resistance actually up here. That would have been an easy place to find it. I think it even lines up with this right here as a resistance. You can see that resistance, and then flips into support. And so I wasn't super confident with it yet because I hadn't seen this earlier. But I thought just maybe, because I was looking for a way to enter. I don't think I even did though. D1, yeah, 1046 calls, 151, 152. So came down, completed the inverse cup. Started grinding around. So I have this wedge set up. I was trying to look for the wedge with this gold, and then this gave me more confidence that this was correct once it bounced here. Came up, like I said, I was very patient, didn't trade anywhere in there. Yeah, let's see, is that I lost my place here. Yeah, that's right. And then at 151 I bought a contract, I bought a call. 152 I bought a call. This is actually kind of bad red. Yeah, just because of the slippage on entering on the green. So here it broke there, closed above it, then ended up putting a higher one for the wick. Got another one here on the little retest, and then it came down. And I closed it. I gave this one a little bit of room. I closed it on this one, 156. I was giving it basically for this liquidity right here if it rejected it. So since it came down below it, and it just, yeah, didn't quite break out enough and hold above it. So stopped out right there. I'm like, oh, dang, gotta be careful. It was a tight stop. Yeah, 29 cents, 23 cents for my buys, and then I sold for 14. So a tight area, but kind of a big loss on that. So then I was at like 80 bucks. I'm like, all right, I just got to be careful. But I did see this wedge, and I said, it's come to the end of this wedge. I do think it will break one way or the other, and this is before the end of the day, so I stuck around. And yes, it happened. It's witchcraft. I can't always explain it. I can never explain it. It broke purple, and look where that news came out. Literally right on the retest. Check this out. I haven't had a trade like this, I think, since GameStop days, honestly. It's been a long time. Opportunity, meeting, preparation. Let's see. 202, got a call. I got a 683 strike. At that point, that one was 17 cents. Yeah, very, very cheap. But that strike because I was looking for high day. I haven't really shown you the 30-minute and all this. So on the 30-minute at that point, where were we? We'd broken, so we were in the buying channel. We'd broken down of that aggressive green. We were kind of bouncing on this gold. I actually wasn't really paying attention to the 30 at that point because we're kind of just in this big choppy range. So that really didn't have a cue. What it was though was same reason why I was getting in here was breaking that purple. purple that was building liquidity. Here, here, here. Same purple algo. Yeah, 202. Got one for 17 cents. Wait a minute. This is a different trade? Oh, I actually did it again. 202. Got one. 202 got another one and stopped out again at 203. So I did it again here. Yeah, right here. Did the exact same thing. I thought it's a little inverse head and shoulders. Again, closing above there. So I had a couple little stops on the breakouts here. So, yeah. I was waiting for it though. Came down here, I was gonna get puts. Up here, I was gonna get calls, and my stop's gonna be one of these channels. That's right. I forgot I did another swing at that. Tight stops. Okay, yeah. 223 was my first call. I thought they were cheaper. 8 cents. I got 683. Same strike for 8 cents. So it had, yeah, it had decreased in value by half from here to here. 223 right here. I got first call for 8 cents. Put in this precision buying. It closed above it. Again, it could have been doing the same thing here, so I was fine with that. The fact that it was so close to the end of this wedge, like, I'll give her another shot. And then we had this candle. This candle looked a little funny, but it did close above there. I was trying to scale in at this point. 224, got another one. So on this candle, I did get another one. That one was for 10 cents. Didn't matter a whole lot. I mean, percentage-wise, that's a pretty big increase, but monetarily, it's very small. And then I'm like, all right, let me just see how many I can get for cheap. And I put a limit order for 7 cents. And it filled on that one on 14.25. For 7 cents. Sorry, did I say 11? For 7 cents. And then I had an order for another one at 6 cents. Because I'm like, this thing's holding above there. I don't know how it's going to go up. Of course, I didn't know this news was coming or it was going to rip. I just knew it was breaking that channel, and hopefully it's going to buy up in the most aggressive. It could have bought up in this gold, honestly. It could have slowly rallied up to the top of this gold and continued. More likely not, though, because this is, to me, is bearish controlled buying. So I would presume it'll at least be in this white, preferably in the steepest. And yeah, so I had an order for another one, and I'm looking at my screen trying to see if it's getting filled, and then I look back and this thing is up here. And didn't look at the price, didn't look at anything, just like stared at it for a second, trying to wait for it to settle a little bit, because sometimes if it's too quick of a move, options won't even move. The pricing won't move. So kind of let it sit there for a moment and then closed one. So I had one fill at 8 cents, 10 cents, 7 cents. Closed the first one at 227.49 on this candle, probably somewhere about there. Closed that one for 75 cents. And then on that same candle, I had 3. On that same candle, I closed another one for 87 cents. So that was probably a little bit closer to high of day. Thinking here's my blue line. That's yesterday's high. That's close to high of day. Gotta get out of these. I don't know. I'm assuming this is some kind of news, which always could reverse. And I had one left over. And then this one, it climbed up. Just so from right here, from this candle, just up to here. This is where I closed my last one. So I did miss basically half that move up there, but with all its velocity, my positive slippage was amazing. I didn't look at the options chain to see. I'm sure they went up probably another 100% or so, maybe a couple 100%, but I mean, the slippage we got from this ridiculous move and velocity was insane. So then closed my last one right here, which was high of day. I'm like, I'm not going to try and hold. This is fine. I still don't know the news. I don't want to try and look it up. Didn't really matter. These candles were way too big. Yeah, I was grateful. To me, I didn't have a buying that steep, so this was here. So it's like, I sell it here, or it comes all the way back down here and finds support there and then grinds up, or, you know. Yeah, happy to get out of all of them. Last sell was $2.09. So 7 cents to $2.09. Dang, it's been a while. So even before that, though, earlier on, I was already so stoked on the day, like not even wanting to really trade. I'm like, all right, I'm pretty much done. And it's just so crazy how the algos work with the news oftentimes. At an inflection point. I'm trying to explain it, but that's the day. Awesome moves. Didn't trade the rest of this. Here it is. There are the trades I just narrated to you. Those last ones, big boys, 8 cents, 10 cents, 7 cents buys, 75 cent, 87 cent, 209 sells. It's not every day. It's very unusual that you get that. Again, opportunity and preparation meet. Sometimes you'll get results like that. I come in tomorrow. I need to be very careful. Need to trade small, trade light, and just try and trade a small amount, I guess, fewer trades after a big day like this. On this account, the small account, I haven't had a big day like this. I don't know if I ever have. Yeah. So, very grateful. All that being said, I was trying to scale up. I'm not trying to scale up necessarily. I am if I'm confident and trying to trade less. This just goes to show you, I mean, that was such a small position, like nominally, what was it, like 30 cents with all 3 contracts, not even like 25 cents. Contracts this morning I was paying $1.12 and that one was only 30, and yeah, it doesn't usually happen like that, of course. However, even if this did grind up into that price range, that would have been great. Probably not 2,885% great, but probably would have been 100 or 200% from that big of a move that late in the day. If you guys are interested in this strategy or anything, check out Eric's Discord. Again, his link is in the description. It's pretty crazy. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy Money, 6 around. We will see you tomorrow. Thanks, guys.